Hello, 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 world. It's the weekend. So let's get excited. Yes, it's the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B, presented by Amitza Media Independent LLC and broadcasted through MU Radio. Good evening, everybody. It's Friday. November 3rd, 2017 at 6:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited you all decided to join us. Are you ready to roar? I've got tons of upcoming gifts and opportunities for you all. If you missed our last show that provided you with a brief overview about Amitza Media Independent LLC and how this show was established, please check it out on our Facebook page at Amitza Media Independent LLC. One highlighted reminder is the show is currently on a trial period through the end of this year. This trial period will give us an opportunity to assess our overall pitch and format on various topics that are related to underrepresented women. Our goal is to have at least 5 shows recorded before year 2018. Please check out our Facebook page for the current schedule of our upcoming broadcasts. This week talk, we will discuss health and physical fitness. And I have a surprise for you too. But first, you have to listen to this track and stay tuned as we return back with your surprise in about 4 minutes. So enjoy the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B.
Let's move.
We're back. Who is ready to roar? We're back with the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B. I hope you all had a productive week and thank God it's Friday. So tell me, how did you feel about the song Move Your Body by Beyonce? There were about 8 missions in the song. A little sweat won't hurt anybody. So everybody move your body. A variety of dance styles from different cultures wrapped up in 4 minutes. Even if you're tired, do something. Like she says, snap your fingers, but keep the same pace to keep your heart rate up. Run to the left, run to the right, dance all night, as long as you're moving your body. So let's move. Go ahead and share your comments about the song by going to Amitza Media Independent Facebook page and click the like and follow buttons first. I would like to read your comments and feedback on whether or not you connected with the song. There are also instructions on how to connect with us on our Facebook page. Now, here's today's surprise. It's our VIG, very important guest. Our VIG of the day is Valerie Bennett. Let's give a nice welcome, everyone. Let's give a nice welcome to Valerie. Valerie lives in Atlanta, Georgia. She enjoys riding bike trails, hiking, running, and walking. This is just a small portion of hobbies Valerie enjoys. So let's get the remaining portion from Valerie and show our love and appreciation to her. Welcome, Valerie, and thank you for coming.
Well, hi, Teresa.
Hello, Valerie.
And hello to everyone that is listening.
And Valerie, go ahead and share with us, how are you doing today?
Oh, I am well. I am doing absolutely great today. It's a nice day today. The sun is out, and I did get my exercise in for today.
Oh, wow, nice. I got my steps in. I didn't do any bike trails or hiking, but I did some walking. I did do some walking. So I did notice you enjoy walking, and I did do that as well. But we're excited you're here to share with us health and physical fitness. So first, share with us, who is Valerie?
Well, to me, I'm just the average person. I'm just one of you guys, just here in the world today to just live life to the fullest and enjoy as much as I can.
Yeah, that sound about what the rest of us are wanting to do in our lives. We want to just live our lives to the fullest, but we also know that many of us do need more assistance, particularly when it comes to health and physical fitness. So can you share with us, Valerie, what do you love about being healthy and physically fit?
I just enjoy the energy I get from it. I'm always motivated to move around as much as possible, not just stand around in one place and do nothing. If you want to enjoy life, relax a little bit, no pains, no cramps, no ailment, you have to move. Like the song you put on by Beyonce, Move Your Body, you have to move your body. It's just like a car. If you don't move it in a long time, it's not going to work. So your body is the same thing, just like an engine. Something is wrong with that engine, sooner or later, it's going to die out. And your body does the same thing. The parts that are used to working is not going to work as well anymore.
I actually started feeling a little pain as soon as you said that. I just started feeling a little pain. And it's like, okay, I actually got to do a little moving. So although I'm sitting in this chair, I still got to move. Like I even mentioned how you got to still snap your fingers. I still got to move around because You're absolutely right. Sometimes I do feel the pain and don't know why, or even wake up the wrong side of the bed. I would feel the pain, but a lot of times, even if that occurs, I gotta at least stretch properly or something. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, you're correct. And there was a woman once who asked me because she has back problems, so she can't move as much or stand as much or walk as much as we can. So I gave her a few pointers on what exercise she can do while she's just sitting down watching television or something. And she was shocked. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know I could do that." I was like, "Yes, there are still things you can do while you're just sitting down on the couch, as they call a couch potato. You still can move your arms, you can move your legs, you can move your head, you can move your abdomen. Different parts of the body, you got to keep moving. It doesn't have to be done 24 hours a day, but enough so you can get that flexibility back in your body parts."
Wow. That's some really good tips for us, and thank you for sharing that. Can you also share with us briefly the basic way to maintain a healthy body, particularly the ideal weight? How can we maintain that?
Well, everyone has a different type of weight. It depends on the height of that person. And everyone has a size they want to keep or they want to get back to. So in order to maintain that, first of all, I know a lot of people hate to exercise. They don't want to get sweaty or anything. You don't have to really get out there and work out for an hour just to get the energy and the fulfillment you need out of exercising. You can have a 10 or 15-minute regimen. And also, you have to eat right in order to give your body
Eating. Yes.
the fuel it needs in order to do things you need to do.
Wow, eating. I guess before I get into the eating portion, I wanted to make sure I go back to before you mentioned eating, the sweating part. I used to feel that way when I had hair. That it's like, oh, as soon as my hair sweat out, now I got to get it done all over. Now that was a few years ago, because after I cut my hair, I was good, and I couldn't come up with another excuse either, by the way. So it kind of forced me to work out more because I had no hair, so I had to. But when you mention as far as you don't necessarily have to get sweaty, what type of exercises would you say that we could do that wouldn't necessarily get us that moist, shall I say, if in a friendly PG rated term? What type of exercises we can generally do to try to maintain that ideal healthy weight?
Well, you can do calisthenics, like side straddle hops, running in place, knee ups, bringing your knees up, whatever. But that's just something enough so you can get your heart rate up. And that's what all you really need, to bring your heart rate up for a little while and let it go back down. I also do what is called HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. And I only do that for 10 or 15 minutes. And that includes some calisthenics, the way, or something to get that heart rate up and bring it back down. Believe me, you will be huffing and puffing in that 10 or 15 minutes. Don't sound like a long time, but with the type of exercises you do during that time, that will bring your heart rate up. And I've tried that with some people, and these are people that are used to working out an hour and a half a day. And they said, shoot, after my workout, I never huff and puff this hard from a 10 to 15-minute workout.
Wow. So
it helps.
Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, that's it. You go ahead.
Okay, so you said 5 to 10 minutes the HIIT training. Can you spell out what that acronym again is for? H is for
high interval. Mm-hmm.
What's the other I?
Intensity. Yes. And the T for training.
T for training. So HIIT, HIIT.
That's
Five.
correct.
So 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to
No,
10 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, okay. That see,
Yes,
that's why it's good I had to repeat it because some people probably been getting excited. We thinking 5 to 10. I mean, 10 to 15 is not as much either, but I don't want to get everyone thinking just 5 minutes. So for 10 to 15 minutes, if
yes,
you do the HIIT training, that is a pretty good exercise where you wouldn't necessarily sweat too much, but you can also have that try if you do it daily, you can maintain that ideal healthy weight. Is that what you're saying?
yes, you can. And actually, and the mostly if you can do it at least 3 times a week, that would be great.
Oh, 3 times a week. Okay.
Yes,
So
for beginners, they can start off with 3 times a week instead of trying to do it, every day. And this is for people who don't have that much time to go to a gym workout or take an hour, 45 minutes or whatever. Take 15 minutes out of your day or night, and you're done.
and those 3 times a week with the HIIT training, that's consists of what are a few various exercises that you mentioned that will consist of for 10 to 15 minutes?
Yes. Again, example. For one that I do, you can run in place.
Run in place, okay.
And do it from between 10 to 12 times. Just count 10 and 12, running in place. And you can do side straddle hop, count 10, 12, and then get down and do mountain climbers. Do about 10 or 12 again. Get back up and do it again.
Wow.
You do it 3 times, and then you take a minute break and start again.
So 1 minute break. Okay, okay. So
Right.
for all the listeners, I will post as well image of what each exercise look like on the webpage. For those that are not familiar with the exercise, it will be posted after this. So do not worry, do not be alarmed. As Valerie is discussing this with us, just know you will get a photo, an image of how the exercise looks so you can properly do it as well. But go ahead, Valerie, you were still sharing this with us?
Yes, I was just saying, and those who have any knee problems, you can do a substitute exercise if you have knee problems or anything else.
Okay, wow. Okay, that is great. So we're definitely going to get what that alternate exercise is for those of us that may have physical limitations that will stop us from doing certain exercise that Valerie mentioned. So I'll definitely post that for everyone. So this is definitely like the last song just mentioned. It's for all ages. Just you got to move. We all have to move, and 10 to 15 minutes, 3 times a week. That really doesn't sound like much. So at a minimum, if we do that, that could be something our fitness goal. That can get us to our fitness goal. Would you say that's correct, Valerie?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. Okay. And as far as the eating, don't get me wrong. I definitely did not forget that portion that you mentioned because it's not just the physical exercise that we need to have daily. Can you share with us some of the eating lifestyles that we have to also include in our daily routine as well?
Yeah, mostly it's green, leafy vegetables and fruit. That's what we mostly need in our daily diet. A lot of people is off to the fast food restaurant. They don't have the time to cook a home-cooked meal and take that to work with you the next day and eat off that. We're all in a hurry these days, so yes, we have to stop by fast food, get a burger here and there. A lot of consumption of meat and fast food items and junk food we don't need in our bodies. Our bodies can't process all of that food. On time, it takes time. Even though we eat, and the consumption of all that fast food and oily food, when it gets in your system, it stays there for a little time. Your body can't get rid of that. So you need something to help your digestive tract in order to get all that dirty food out and put the nutrients and proteins you need in your system.
Okay, and I will say some may say that because that's very good advice for us all, and I definitely appreciate it. And some of us may say that some of these items of food that we are familiar with, because it's not as though we're not familiar with what is healthy, but unfortunately there are a lot of the healthy foods that are more expensive than the foods, as you stated, that may be building up in us that's bad for us. That will eventually become toxic in our system. Is there any inexpensive, healthy foods that you may say that the average would be, or if you can compare that to like the prices of the not so healthy food, what type of foods would you say that will be in that category and considered healthy?
Well, mostly your green foods, like your greens, your lettuce, your
Spinach,
you have
right?
cucumber, spinach, yes,
Okay. Okay.
asparagus. You have all those, and you can buy those right in the supermarket, and they're not that expensive. There are also, if you don't have like a farmer's market in your area that you can go and get fresh vegetables and fruits, you should be able to go to your neighborhood supermarket and buy what you need, which is also inexpensive. Also, now they are putting it in bags so you can freeze it. So you have fresh green vegetables that are frozen. You can also buy in your neighborhood supermarket.
Oh, wow. Wow. I have not been to a farmer's market, and I definitely have to make a note because I always said I will go by there, but I have not. And I know, as you stated, that it's a lot of fresh food because sometimes in the regular supermarket, sometimes they don't even care. They will leave it there and just call themselves cutting the price down, but knowing it's still bad. It's past that shelf life,
Right.
and they still want to. And because it's 75% off, this is a deal. And now you're not getting any of the nutritions in there because you're just looking at the price. But I do remember a lot of people have said that farmers markets have those fresh fruits and vegetables. I just never have been to a farmer's market. But in addition to having these items, what are the portions that we should potentially, or not potentially, what are the portions would you say that we need to intake daily, these fruits and vegetables?
Well, some people say they eat 3 meals a day, which is the basic nutrition of eating healthy is to eat at least 5 to 6 small meals a day.
And would
And
that, and would
5
that,
or 6 small meals a day.
and would that be as far as when you're referring to fruits and vegetables, would that include a fruit each meal? So 5 fruits
Yes.
a day?
Like in the morning, you can eat a banana and eat some nuts with it, or yogurt. Around lunchtime, you can have like maybe peas, a small portion of meat if you still consuming meat.
Yes. I'm glad you mentioned meat because I was going to go there. What about the meat? I like some meat. So what about the healthy
A lot
meats?
of people do. But if you consume meat, like whatever, try to make sure it's broiled and not always fried.
You
'Cause
said
when
boiled?
fried, yeah.
Okay.
Eat it boiled,
Oh, broiled. Got it.
yeah. Not fried because that's a lot of oil and grease you get in your systems again. So to cut out the fatty foods or whatever, just put it in the oven, either bake it or broil it.
Okay.
And
And
just
what
go.
about baked? What about baked meat? Would you say that's still good as well?
Yes, that's what I said. I baked a broil.
Okay. I missed the baked part. I just heard the broiled. Okay. So now I'm feeling a little better because I like baked meat. So now I'm feeling a little better that I can still eat baked meat. But I'm not a huge fan when it comes to fried. But yeah, I probably need to let go of the fried chicken. probably need to let that go a little bit. I don't eat it as much, but I do know I probably need to let that go in my bacon. It's like some things is probably not good, but you just can't help it. So I probably
Right.
have to push that to the side a little bit and focus more on the baked meats. So that's very good advice that you share with us. But speaking of foods, what are your thoughts on the vegan lifestyles? What are your thoughts on that? And do you support it or do you think it's overrated?
No, I absolutely support it. I think the vegetables, I love vegetables. It's good for you, and your body loves them also. And it mostly the vegetables also will give you a regular,
Bowel movement.
yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Absolutely. So for those people who say, man, I'm constantly constipated, I can't go to the restroom, look at what you're eating.
Yeah.
Now, this is something personally I myself have done over the years. And actually, I did it this year also. For a month, I only ate vegetables and fruit. That was it for the whole month. And I felt excellent. My energy was great. I wasn't sluggish or tired. I could do more. I could stand longer. I can walk longer. I mean, I felt excellent. No pains, no aches, no anything in my legs.
Wow.
And yes, that will help you to lose a little weight also if that's what you're looking for.
Wow. Wow. I think we all are looking for the weight loss, most of us, especially because, it's November. So we tend to, many of us tend to wait until, for some reason, just that January. Got to start on January where we start doing the weight loss. And then somehow we forget by the end of that month what our goals were. But if we actually continue this daily routine, then it wouldn't be necessarily something we have to make as a resolution because it's already a part of our daily routine. Would you say?
Yes, I would say. And also, people are like, a month. Some people are like, I can't do that. You just want me. No, you don't have to do that. You can start with a week. You can try 2 weeks. Whatever you're comfortable with, just start making baby steps. And also, you have to remember, if what you eat, you have to eat in moderation.
Eat in moderation.
Eat in moderation. You can't consume a lot of stuff at one time.
Okay, eat in moderation. Eat in moderation. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to keep that in mind. That sounds means we're going to take a quick break. So don't leave because it is definitely quick, just a couple minutes. So let's get our questions or comments we have for Valerie posted, and we'll be back on the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B.
Amitza Media Independent, LLC, an American media company dedicated in helping underrepresented and underprivileged women use their voices through various outlets, such as radio, social media, blogs, storytelling, and community outreach. Amitza Media Independent brings exposure to these groups of society by opening public dialogue with a vision to encourage every woman to recognize and embrace her value and inspire them to maximize their full potential. Its goals focus on building a better community of sisterhood that strengthen women to live healthier and happier. Creating a more precise illustration of the beauty of women in the world includes partnering with nonprofit organizations for girls aiming to maximize their attributes, encouragement, and recognizing self-worth. Visit us at www.amitzamedia.com, our Facebook page, Amitza Media Independent LLC, and the To Get Her Brave Women Facebook support group. Amitza, the brave girl, guiding the pathway to her strength, her wisdom, her love, her value.
We're back on the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B. and our VIG, very important guest, Valerie. If you want to appear on an upcoming show as a very important guest like Valerie, to save you some time, please make sure you check out our first show that captures a lot of the background information from how I established this platform to what Amitza is and where I see this show going in the future. And also some personal information about your host, Teressa B, is also on that previous show. Although there are a few updates since the airing of the first show, the establishment and the foundation of Amitza Media Independent will never change. To appear as a VIG on a future show, you must request, complete, and return an interest form by contacting us using our email address, info@amitzamedia.com, or through the Amitza Media Independent LLC Facebook page. Updates will always be available on our Facebook page, so you're never behind. Now, Valerie was sharing with us before our brief break the HIT, HIIT, 10 to 15 minute exercise that you can do at a minimum of 3 times a week, a high interval intensity training exercise for 10 to 15 minutes, 3 times a day at a minimum. She also shared how to eat in moderations and various fruits and vegetables and even meats that you can eat in moderations where you can still meet that healthy ideal goal. And she shared a few other things about how to continue to get your heart rate up. So now, Valerie, tell us, have you ever helped train other friends that particularly resisted your advice or what you was attempting to offer to them? And if so, how did that work out for you?
Oh, sure. I've trained lots of people, not only friends, but their friends or whoever else needed help at the time. People would come up to me and ask me, can you help me work out if they see me in the gym when I used to go to the gym? Or even now, when I just go out to a store or somewhere, someone will come up to me and say, hey, do you look fit? Do you train? I'm like, yes. Like, I need some help, and maybe I just get them some exercise to start with or whatever. Or if I can, I'll say, okay, I'll meet you somewhere and we can start working out together.
Wow, that is really awesome, because I know sometimes, as much as we may not want to admit it, but sometimes we do need someone to assist us or even hold us accountable for things, but sometimes our ego may get the best of us, and even strangers come up to you to do that, for you to extend your time to them and help them out. That is really wonderful, because I say it makes me even more comfortable potentially doing that. At this point, not as much. I don't know about going to strangers. Probably more women than men. I would do that only because sometimes they may get the wrong message. But that is really good that you are willing to do that with even total strangers. But how do you draw the line when you're pushing a friend to the limits during a workout?
Yeah, that's funny to me because I've been in those predicaments also. There at times, when people ask me to help them out, I tell them beforehand, like, look, if you want me to help you, you got to do everything I tell you to do, and I'm going to push you. And a lot of times they will reply back, that's what I want you to do. I say, are you sure?
I know where you're going.
Sure. Right. So I said, okay, you sure? Let's start it. So when I start, I don't start off with too much for them. It depends on, I always try to find out where they're at the time. Have they been exercising, or they're just coming into exercises
Okay.
because they haven't done it for years or whatever? Yes.
So you get a good assessment first. I like that.
Right. To make sure. And after we start or whatever, if it starts getting too much for them, I know this one time, there's one friend of mine, they got highly upset. They got mad. I can't do this no more. You're trying to push me too hard. Stop it. I was like, hold up. This is what you wanted. You just can't continue to go in baby steps like you've been doing. You got to start picking up a notch. Especially if you've been doing the same thing after 3 weeks or longer for a while. You need to start picking up. But that got too much for her. So she got highly upset and said, look, I'll do this myself. I know what to do now. I'll do it myself. And I said, you sure? That's what you want? Okay. It's all yours. So I stopped working out with her. But she never went back and did it on her own.
Oh.
I always ask her, have you been to the track? Have you been walking? No, I haven't had the time. What? Okay. So you know where that went.
Now, you said haven't had the time, and that's good that you said that because you just mentioned to us 10 to 15 minutes. There goes some high-intensity training right there. If we could just do that 3 times a week, there is that time, that 3 times a week. And as you mentioned before, even if it's like with me sitting here in the studio in a chair, I can still move around and do something. So it's interesting that you say that time because even if I think of it myself, oh, I don't have the time, I can refer back to, yes, I do. I have 10 to 15 minutes to do these exercises. So I can't come up with that excuse. And once I get that, then I'll probably do that to other people. No, you do have time. I won't dare say that right now. But I would say that you do have time. I would offer it, but I wouldn't say it the way I would probably normally say it and say, yeah, okay, that's an excuse. I wouldn't say that. But I will share with them that high intensity training that's in intervals, 10 to 15 minutes a day, that is time. It's difficult. I don't know who wouldn't have 10 to 15 minutes in a day. So, yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that, and that was pretty funny because, like you say, she didn't like it, but then after that, you didn't see her doing it on her own after that. But, you know, what if the friend complains about an injury, like suffered during the last training session? How do you handle that?
When someone has an injury, I'll ask them, depends on how bad the injury is or whatever, but the people I work with, I try not to let them get to that point. If they say, you know, I can't breathe or I think I hurt my leg or whatever, I'll say, okay, stop now. Check it out, see how bad it is, because I have had some training on minor injuries, like ankle sprains and stuff like that. So I will assess the situation, let them know what to do about it, and take a few days off from exercising until they get back to 100% or is ready to come back and start doing what they need to do.
Okay, a few days. So if it has, you would generally say it only take a few days rest, because if you got to take longer, would you say they may need to see a doctor for it? They shouldn't just stay for a week and try to tell themselves, oh yeah, I personally know I need a week to recover, when, you know, they probably only need those few days you said. But if they feel like they need more than a few days, should they consult with a physician, or what would you say about that?
So certainly, I'll let them know, hey, I think you need to go see a doctor then. If you think, you know, you're going to have to take longer than a few days. Yeah. If you have to take longer than 3 or 4 days, then yes, you need to consult a physician.
Okay. So I know you have to have some type of exciting experience with someone when you've ever performed physical training or physical fitness with them, or even discussed it. Can you share like one of your exciting experiences you had with someone in regards to physical fitness?
Oh, well, yes, but, I'm going to say with the whole class, actually. And this one I was aerobics instructor.
Okay.
And I had a whole class of people I used to do aerobics with. So, you know, people were at different levels. So to not make them think they couldn't do it as well as someone else who had been doing it for a while, you know, I will make the class fun. Go around, it's like, I can't do this. So I'll go to that person and say, come on, you can do it. Just do it like this, or like, well, I can't do it like that. Okay, here's an alternate exercise you can do while you're doing this. So, and just go around and make it fun, trying to talk to the crowd and let them know, hey, we're here to have fun. It's not only exercise, but it's all in fun also. So that way they take the mind off what they're doing and they're just talking to each other, interacting, and we're just having a good time while we're getting our health on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like that. I like the motivation because I think that's a key as well, especially for individuals like even myself who probably fall off sometimes and don't regularly do the exercising, because I do know that it is important to do something daily. I recognize that. But sometimes, especially depending on how things are, I know I want a little motivation, because I need that encouragement. I'm not always strong, and I need that support. And it's important, and I like that you said that, how you can motivate others because you recognize in certain people that they may not be like others, and you want to encourage them, because I think that matters too. Because sometimes people have that assumption that because a person don't want to do it, they're just lazy, or they just want to come up with an excuse. But sometimes that's not the case. We're not all on the same we don't have all the same abilities as others. And if you are in charge, or as you said, an instructor in a group setting, you should be able to know who all the members are within your group and recognize their strengths and weaknesses. And the purpose to recognize even their weaknesses, more so, if anything, is to try to help encourage them. And even some of the members who are more stronger than others, they should be able to recognize that in other members too. And even if I'm weak, I should know who's maybe stronger in that and be comfortable enough to reach out to them to have that help. So it's very motivating for individuals like yourself to say that you come by someone and try to encourage them and uplift them to get them to do it, because that's really a lot of times what we need. Sometimes we need to have that support because we're human. We can't always be up and ready to go all the time. So that's very important. And I think even for any leaders, any leaders in any type of position, it's important for people to recognize the strengths, the skills, the personalities of everybody, because everybody's different. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. You're correct on that issue. And, it's during any time. And then I do the opposite if I'm going to someone else's class and taking their class.
Yeah. Wow.
I get to the back of the room or wherever we're at and exercise. But who's ever instructing or leading the exercise, I went to this boot camp with my sister. She was going, so she asked me to go along with her. Okay, no problem. I said, don't say nothing to anyone. I'm going to get into the back or whatever. And she's like, why are you getting to the back? I was like, you go ahead, do your thing, you're going to get in front. So I'm back there doing my workout like everybody else. But I'm still singled out by the instructor.
I love it. He
comes to me and says, hey, would you like to instruct a class sometimes? I was like, oh, no, you're the instructor. I'm just here, just visiting. I'm just doing what you need to do. You're doing a great job right now.
That's the perfect individual I would want, because you don't have to always walk around. A lot of times we can see it if you're physically fit. So you don't have to always walk around with your chest up and your shoulders up and showing everybody and try to take charge when it's not that time. Sometimes you have to be the student, and sometimes it's time to be a teacher, because we got to see that authenticity in you as well. Not that you just always up, always on 10, So I definitely admire that about you. And I'm certain others may feel the same way, that they will want someone that's more versatile than just that one type. Even if you're too nice. No one wants a too nice all the time. You got to have some type of variety, That sound says we need to take another break. So while we're on another break, you can share your thoughts and comments, and stay tuned for more from our VIG and the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B.
Shovel, Cuban, shovel, Cuban. Cupid, January 2nd, 2007. Time for a change. New Cupid. King of swing out, baby. January 2nd, 2007.
Down, do your dance, do the Cupid dance. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Got a brand new dance. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, do your dance. We got a brand new dance. Down, do your dance. Down, come on, do your dance. Now let me down, do your dance, do your dance. They say I'm a rapper, and I say no. Come on, say what you doing, trying to do somebody go. I just let the music come from my soul, so all of my people can stay on the floor. They got a brand new dance, you gotta move your muscle. Brand new dance, it's called a Cupid Shuffle. It don't matter if you're young or you're old. Here we go, we gon' show you how it goes. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Down, January 2nd, come on, do your dance. Let me see you do the Cupid. Down, do your dance. Oh yeah. Come on. Down, let me see you do the Cupid. Do the shuffle, baby. Yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Now you see what I'm talking about. I represent for the dirty South, where we're known for swinging out. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Down, do your dance, down, do your dance. Let me see you do the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle, the Cupid shuffle. Now come on, baby, kick. Now walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself. To the right, to the right, to the right, the right, the right. The left, to the left, to the left, the left, the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick. Now walk it by yourself. Walk it by Here we go. And do the Cupid shuffle. Now let me see you do the Cupid shuffle. Now let me see you do the. It's your boy Cupid, C-U-P, the I-D. Mr. Fat on the track, got another hit indeed. Hey. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Come on. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Let me see you. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Do your dance. Down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, do your dance. We got a brand new dance.
King of swing out, baby.
We got a brand new sound.
Mr. Fat on the track.
We got a brand new feel. We got a brand new style, y'all. You better watch out, cause we coming. So get ready for the brand new style. You better watch out, cause we coming. You got another one, Mr. Fat? You.
We're back on the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B, and our VIG, very important guest, Valerie. So everyone, share with us how you felt about the song Cupid Shuffle by DJ Cupid. You got to move your muscles. It don't matter if you're young or you're old. According to the research that was published in the health and fitness section in time.com, walking a minimum of 10,000 steps every day could improve blood pressure and even help with hypertension. The human heart and body would be healthier if you spend more time upright and walking rather than sitting down. So it doesn't matter if you're young or you're old. Line dancing is fun and healthy for all ages. Before our break, Valerie shared with us some healthy physical fitness techniques. And before she shares with us a few things briefly on how her life is today for her, it's time for the healthy tip of the week. And this week, Valerie has a tip for us all. So, Valerie, what is your healthy tip of the week?
Well, Teresa, my healthy tip for the week is live life to the fullest, eat green, and stay active.
Wow. Live life to the fullest, eat greens,
Eat green, like green foods,
and
stay active.
stay active. Okay. That's some very good healthy tip of the week. And thank you so much for sharing the healthy tip of the week with us. By the way, I have a comment as well that came from Sonia Calloway saying, no, bacon stays. So I guess this was earlier in the show when I mentioned I love bacon. I never did say I was going to get rid of it either, but I put it in the oven. But I don't know. That's just one of those things I probably put aside. But I just wanted to share that piece about her saying, no, bacon stays. And then here come your healthy tip of the week right after that. But thank you, Sonia Calloway, for your comment and support as well. And okay, it's now time for our community outreach overview. Girls in the Game is a nonprofit organization headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. Amitza Media Independent has partnered with this organization as a charity to help support year-round programming dedicated to the girls' sport, health, and leadership. So support our girls and donate funds and your time. We all know these girls are our future, and the change begins with us, instilling positive leadership and love to them. Please check out girlsinthegame.org. Starting in December, every first show of each month, we will have birthday roars to recognize our listeners and supporters. So if you have a birthday in the upcoming month, please contact us so you can be recognized and acknowledged. Valerie, by the way, when is your birthday?
My birthday is in June.
June. Okay. All right. Great. So make sure you contact us in May so we can recognize you once again. All right.
I will do that.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So everyone, we're live on this station about 2 to 3 times a month. So check us out on social media to set your reminders for each live show. Replay shows can be found on Amitza Media Independent LLC Facebook page. I want to know your thoughts. If you want to volunteer as a VIG, very important guest, woman or man, contact us through our Facebook webpage or our official website, amitzamedia.com. If you have a birthday in the upcoming month, and you want a birthday roar on the first Friday of each month, contact us. If you want to share any inspirational poems, original or inspired, quotes, or healthy tips, contact us. Last week, your host, Teressa B, was at the Sand Hills Heart Walk Saturday, October 28th, representing myself and Amitza Media Independent at Festival Park, 335 Ray Avenue, Fayetteville, North Carolina, in support of the American Heart Association. We had an outstanding time with the other walkers from across the community as they stepped out to have fun, get inspired, and support a meaningful cause. We wasn't just walking, we was heart walking. Look for more of our upcoming community outreach and events on our Facebook page because we love to see you. And don't forget, if there are topics you would like to share or hear more of, contact us. Let's design this path for her strength, her wisdom, her love, her value. We only have about 2 minutes left in the show, but before I end the show, I wanted to ask Valerie, do you have any last minute advice or any other input, or even can share briefly anything that you have going on today that you may want to share with everyone?
Right now, I'm still into my exercises. I do a lot of volunteer work and helping others. And for those out there who think that they can't exercise and lose that weight that they need to lose, you can do it. If you just start taking it one day at a time, it can be done. And if you want to keep your bacon, but
Keep your
always eat in moderation.
Eat in moderation. Eat
That's
in
it.
moderation. Thank you, Valerie. We'll keep that in mind. Eat in moderation. In addition to eating in moderation, the advice Valerie gave to us, the HIIT, HIIT, and all the other information that we discussed today will be on our Facebook page shortly. So we'll have that information to include the photos of how to do a lot of these exercises. That's only 10 to 15 minutes a day for at least 3 days a week. Right now, I want to take this time to thank the Lord for always being with me, my mother for never giving up on me, and my daughter for loving me unconditionally. Methodist University Mass Communication Radio Department, thank you as well for this opportunity. And of course, our VIG, very important guest, Valerie, thank you so much for your input and your time. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Teressa.
Thank you. Before I end the show with the inspirational quote of the week, here's my disclaimer. I am not establishing this platform to persuade anyone to change their beliefs, nor am I attempting to replace whoever you look up to. I'm simply creating a pathway for us to use our voices to uplift, inspire, support, and love one another while building a stronger community of positive and brave women. Now, our inspirational quote of the week is an original piece from our VIG, Valerie herself. So thank you again, Valerie, for sharing your piece as well with us. And here goes her piece. Throughout the pain, heartache, and grit, remember you should never quit. So this recording again will be posted on our Facebook page, Amitza Media Independent, along with the healthy tip of the day and the exercise technique Valerie shared. Thank you all for listening to the Weekend Roar with your host, Teressa B. And have a wonderful weekend. A story is a message that reveals a particular act, event, or occurrence and can be also purposeful to help someone else in need. Everyone has a story, but only the brave have a purposeful one. Good night.